YouTube, Robert the Coroner Drapp here with my friend Baz and Kiayra, and today we're going to shoot episode number 2 of Bearded Vikings. Isn't that awesome?
Yes.
That is totally amazing. Now,
well, at least you two have beards.
I know. Well, and women can be Vikings, as the show has taught us very well. The fun part is, I actually have a topic for today. It's amazing. A singular topic that we can talk about, and it's not wrestling, as much as I like talking about wrestling. It's actually memes, because here recently I've noticed a trend of about one a month coming in, and you know, kind of making such a big impression that it
goes everywhere.
That it's viral, and that's I think that's where we should start. What do you define as a meme? What qualifies for you, like, to say this is a meme?
Image macros definitely are like the gold standard, I believe, with people putting their own text over
image, like a still image.
I'll even say that some of the moving ones, like
some GIFs.
The one that's got the animals or the people jumping off, and then there's all the bright colors. I don't know what it's called.
Oh,
the Palpatine one, the dog one.
Hang on, we gotta say this is the thing. When you can apply it to multiple different things, like you can, like with the for me, one of my favorite memes of all time was the Gene Wilder, "You must be new here."
Yeah.
And that one right there is
that's a good one.
Really iconic, and it was able to be applied to everything. You could take it and just put whatever text you want, and you got your sarcastic point across. I mean, I think that's probably one of the earliest forms of
Kermit the Frog, the T.
Oh,
yeah.
T.
No, you know,
those are
whatever it says, but that's just my opinion as he sips the tea.
But that ain't my business.
Yeah, those are all image macros. I think the one you were referring to, where people jump off and it plays that one music, and like it always shows like the galaxy. And, YouTube poop, I think that's what that's called.
Oh.
Way back when Code Geass was first coming out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Reaching back.
There was this thing where people were learning editing software by taking an anime clip and then playing it again at half speed, and then playing it again at twice the speed, and then cutting it so that the part where sound happens non-stop 3 times in a row or something. Basically, it was a way for loads of people to learn their editing software while uploading just the worst shit that anybody never wanted to see.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen stuff like that. It was like so Mario and Link and just the worst. And you couldn't even listen to it or watch it, because even though you were watching it and images were happening, you couldn't listen to it because the sound was nothing but distilled screeching. Yeah, and I fucking hated it, dude.
It was a meme in that it was super obnoxious. Like it's the kind of funny that like people who like to spite others online find funny.
So like trolling has to be on the list of things to qualify for. It has to troll somebody. And I mean, let's take a look. Let's go back to the the origins of meme, where we would have to say this is what one of the earliest memes was. Gene Wilder's "You Must Be New Here." That has to be one of the first.
Rick Astley.
Rick rolling. I mean, Rick rolling everybody. That was just like first tier troll tactics.
What was that Badger thing? Badger.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but I wouldn't say. I would say that you almost have to go that certain YouTube videos like Rick rolling and the Badger and Harry Potter, the Snape.
Oh, Potter Puppet Pals, mysterious ticking noise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That
those,
was everywhere.
yeah, and those things I would say are viral, but maybe not meme.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it has to be
Repeated.
It's more.
It has to be repeated.
It has to be
ad nauseam.
repeatable. It has to have a lifespan that can go at least, I would say, a month.
Well, like,
Because
okay, I see.
you
So
look
I'd
at-
say the most recent that's come out that's kind of irritating, the Cash Me Outside.
Okay, I guess it's because
I think that one just went viral.
That
I
one-
don't even
no,
think
it
nobody really
was
parodied
Well,
it.
no, there were
There
a ton of people who would take the picture
Mhm.
and write their own thing on it and then say
Yeah.
"Cash Me Outside," like
Yeah.
kind of like a challenge.
Yeah.
And they were even doing it for like wrestling and just different like bar fights.
Yeah, and I mean it
It's-
was.
I don't know where it came
Yeah,
from,
but-
but then there's the black guys going like this, like you
Yeah,
can't,
the
you
thought-
can't pay alimony if you don't get married.
You
And I'm
can't
just like
pay-
that's really obvious. Thank you.
Yeah, the obvious observations that,
Yeah.
that are supposed to be clever. I have to say this: if I had to rank like my favorite memes of all time, one of the ones that's actually come up more recently, Salt Bae.
Salt Bay.
I mean, just
Apparently there's a
I don't
chef.
quite understand.
He's a Turkish chef, and he's actually extraordinarily handsome. You know, very bronze. He's always wearing sunglasses, and he's got this kind of flowing, short black hair. And I forget what he was cooking, but he decided at the end of it to add a sprinkling of salt. And the way he did it was he picked it up, he curled his elbow back, and it kind of rolled down his arm and flowed in the wind onto the dish.
See, I thought it was just him. Like it would just look like someone had like taken a snapshot as he goes to like toss it forward.
Yeah, and
that's
he just did this. That was what he did. He did this,
Huh.
and it fell out of his hand, down his arm, down his elbow, into the wind and onto the dish.
And it's become like a repeatable thing where like
You can-
Salt Bay can be like meme bay, and they'll just have
Like
little tiny photoshopped memes everywhere.
Like
and
Pepe and that's one of my more favorites. Now, to kind of give my background with memes, obviously, I self-identify as a dank meme lord because I pass out memes that I find from my other meme lords to the rest of the internet. Because that's what I think you should do. That's what a meme is. It's life. That's the blood of it, the heart of it. For me, the ones that have come up more recently, the "What in Blank Nation,"
oh yeah.
like whatever, like
What
you'll-
incarnation?
What?
And now it's
that's
it's
like the
anything
start.
that like rhymes with that. So they'll
Or-
put a
or
cowboy
ends
hat
with
over it.
A-
So if there's a
Asian.
bear and it has a cowboy hat photoshopped over it, and it'd be like, "What in hibernation?" Or
I've missed all of those.
It happened last month. And see, that's the thing.
I just saw it like
think,
last week.
Okay, here's a good question. How long
I've
do
been
you
stuck
think?
in trashed out for like the past month.
Wow, no,
Yeah,
no.
it's everywhere.
I hate trash stuff. And I am so glad that
It-
I'm
it-
so glad that
It revolves
I'm
between
I'm-
obnoxious and hilarious.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a wheel.
It's a little
Uh,
purple pigeon.
I think it's
somebody
Portuguese or Filipino or
Oh, the thing where its head like
Basically, it
flops
was a-
around.
yeah.
Oh, it's terrible.
he took donations or something, and he put out a gift set or a sticker set for online, and people were like, "This is the worst thing I've ever seen. How dare you make me pay for this?" And it's kind of like, you donated, so don't be a dick.
Yeah,
But
you
like,
get what you get.
but like one of them was a dove that's purple, and its head
Would flop
Flip.
up and
Flop
down.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you showed it to me because I had no idea what you're talking about.
and well, basically, trash dove is now what it's called, and it's like people are using it because the original people who paid for it are mad, so the people using it are making fun of them for taking this so seriously, but then it's grown into its own spiteful thing where just spamming it is hilarious.
I
And
didn't
because
even
I
know
have-
an appropriate time to use it.
There is no appropriate.
there is no
time.
appropriate time. Like anytime you wanted to like disengage from a conversation and just spam it with
Abandoned
bullshit.
thread.
Abandoned thread filled with garbage.
That okay. abandoned thread I've only ever gotten to use once. In a serious context, like the thread had gotten so toxic,
Yeah.
and I had started the thread. I was like, "Fuck this, I'm out." Nuke, done.
I think anytime I'm at the end of my day and someone's just like, I want to talk about something that's tangential to the post, and I'm just like, okay. Or are you gonna say more than okay?
No.
No. I'm tired. I don't care. I just.
You have caught me at the worst moment.
You clearly want to have this discussion. I wanted to have a different discussion. Like I'm already acknowledging. I'm already acknowledging you and your discussion, and
I'm giving
just
you
not.
a chance.
I'm just not gonna like.
It's not
put the effort forth to give you the debate you're craving. Like that's not my job.
Nope. Let's see here. But the more, as I am a dank meme lord and on the cutting edge of meme technology, I have come across one that's really rather weird to me. It's what I call the enlightenment.
I've seen that. Basically, you start with a picture of a small brain inside of a body. Then you follow it by
a
regular brain, and then a brain with like light shining out of it, and then the last one is like some transcendence, like the chi pose, you know.
I have never.
And there's like lights everywhere, and it's got on a galaxy background, so it's
I obviously
transcendence.
don't internet
So
much because
you take something good.
Idea.
You take something good, put it next to the small brain. You take something slightly less good, you put it next to the regular brain, and keep going until there's something like complete trash.
Okay,
because there's a
some people go that way.
Yeah.
And this is yet again the beauty of having a meme, is that you can go really either direction. You can go shit tier to
God tier.
As you go down this list, or you can go the other way, God tier to shit tier, and just make a joke out of it. And then yet again, there's the punchline. It's really this. And we also have to look at this. Memes do influence the zeitgeist and lexicon of a lot of pop culture now. It's almost hilarious.
And it's even becoming
scary.
It's even becoming, what is it, politicized? They're using memes for propaganda now.
Oh yeah, no.
Every political party in America is using them now.
Yeah, we don't. I don't trust politics for that. So
fair.
It's like, I'm going to keep my memes in the humor department. You guys are not allowed to. Oh God, all the politicians dabbing. What the fuck?
God.
What?
Okay. Dabbing was a dance move. What, 3 months ago, 4 months ago?
I would say about 4.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Basically, you go like this, and for the most part, it became a thing that you did, kind of like planking. Do you remember when that was big?
Oh God.
That's the
6 years
exercise
ago?
planking?
Yeah. Well, no. You would lie yourself parallel on something completely flat, arms down by your side.
So you would do it on like
a semi-flat surface.
So you look like a beached whale?
Yes.
Almost. But
Do
you
you
can do it
remember
straight.
I think you explained it to me like a year ago, and I've already forgotten because
It's
I couldn't care
already-
less.
Oh, it was all over the place. Basically, the idea was that anytime you found yourself on camera randomly or wanted to celebrate something or something, you dabbed to show that you were badass.
So are bunny ears the original
Yes.
meme?
I would say we could say that's the original photobomb.
Okay.
And
'Cause-
photobombing
basically-
photo. I think the sphere of internet says memes like over here that can cross-lap with like YouTube notoriety, that can also cross over with
I think mimetic mutation is just like any image macro or YouTube poop or any of that stuff that doesn't just go viral but gets parodied to the point of self-parody, to a self-parody of that, to like something that mutates as it goes viral.
It almost
The problem with dabbing politicians was that literally you had a bunch of
really old white people
Yeah, I was gonna say that too.
I
Basically,
don't
it was
care.
like when the South Park episode where all the parents were like, "We're gonna play Pokemon," and the kids all go, "Nope, we don't
done.
care about Pokemon anymore." Like the parents made it uncool. Like politicians made dabbing uncool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it it didn't have a very long lifespan. I think that here's a hypothetical.
Okay.
Do you believe that a meme could reach a singularity?
Where it gains sentience,
Well, no.
gains greater intelligence faster than humankind can, and
No.
takes us over?
No, singularity.
I don't think so.
Well, that's an ascension. A singularity where it is created, viral, and dies, and then maybe like creates the next one, or the next one steps in to refresh the cycle again. And I would
Like a
say
life cycle?
almost, yeah, the life cycle. I call it a singularity when it doesn't stop. Like it's so short, so brief that I could say, okay, I've got this meme, and it's Monday. I give it to you by Tuesday. That meme's gone everywhere. By Wednesday, because this is what I think it's kind of going to reach eventually. It's everywhere and has spawned other parodies. By Friday, it's dead. I think that's the longest, the shortest lifespan a meme could ever have.
Well,
Because think about it, it has to have time to reach
so
everybody.
is the singularity it dying, or is it never die?
When it dies, it creates a parody of itself that then comes back round and
I would say that's the
eventually makes the original
life of just about any
meme.
meme. Actually, is that by the time that people get sick of it,
The
they're
next-
parodying it already. Kind of like with the brains one.
Yeah.
Where it started with ranking stuff from shit tier to god tier to let's just rank good stuff as shit tier and terrible stuff and like poorly draw everything at the bottom as god tier and parodying itself. And now I'm seeing stuff that like is just completely out of order. Like it's even a parody of the parody of the original where like
The only thing I can think of is that the one where like the woman's talking about the fire and she's like, I ain't got time for that, or
That was meme. That was meme.
that
Yes.
was. I mean, but they've made all different kinds of those, right?
Yeah, they did.
I'd say there's a returning, what is it, depreciated returns on it?
Diminishing returns on,
That's
on
the word.
a lot of memes.
Yeah.
That it will have a lifespan and it'll continue to reset itself, but there's only so many different ways you can parody something and challenge its format before you run out of shit to do, basically.
The what incarnation? I actually think I saw the last incarnation of it this week. Was actually somebody had written in big, dark block letters, Tarnation, and in the diagonal of the end was a little white letter Watt.
That's
And I'm like, that's got to be it.
that's art. That's creative use of
Huh.
intellectual. I don't know.
Creative use of intellectual property.
Yeah. I would say most memes are some kind of, maybe not derivative, but basically the smallest block of a thought that you can find. Maybe like an atom is to most matter. It's the smallest part.
The atom of comedy, basically.
Maybe not comedy, but like as a collective thought, because the internet's basically brought most people together. Most of our opinions and our viewpoints are now clashing faster than ever before.
Also,
a lot of people are getting into like dozens of fights a day over politics, over religion, over just about anything. Yeah. We're seeing that, what was it, Matt Pat on Game Theory was talking about how StarCraft, we were more like the Zerg thanks to the internet plugging us all into each other than we were the Terrans because of the hive mind mentality that the internet sort of helps.
It does develop. I mean, if you ever want the perfect example of hive mind mentality, go on 4chan.
Didn't that
Because I would, it's not dead. It'll never die. I mean, it is the scummy pit of scum and villainy.
I mean, I figured it just moved to like 8chan or 420chan or
okay, well,
30 other chans.
I don't doubt that there are like 9 trillion other chans.
Yeah.
It's just that because the grandfather of all of these things happens to be 4chan. 4chan then cannot die. It can be. It's like one of those things. The cultural touchstone for many people, because you have to look at it like the time I smoked pot and discovered Pink Floyd, The Wall. You know, that is a thing so many people have done that it will eventually.
Put that on the list of things I haven't done yet.
I prefer Vangelis, the dragon.
We'll just put that under Fantasia. That's another thing I wanted to do.
What, smoke pot and watch Fantasia?
Listen, I'm a simple man with simple dreams. Don't judge me.
Okay. Acid and watching Fantasia. Smoking pot and watching... Oh, God.
What was that thing that John used to watch?
Oh, Legend of the Galactic Heroes?
That was fun.
I don't know what I'd watch if I want. Well, I would watch just about any comedy because I could.
I would say that most memes that go viral tend to hit on something that's easily relatable in most people, and thanks to its format of using internet text, because tone can't be conveyed, it can also mean the exact opposite of what it's trying to say if people are being sarcastic or ironic. I know plenty of people who went on 4chan and talked about Hitler and all kinds of awful shit because they thought, oh, that stuff's awful, so I'm being sarcastic. And I'm like, all right, you realize when you type that in, it doesn't look sarcastic. It does look like you're in a group of neo-Nazis.
That's
having fun being neo-Nazi things.
That's the danger, I guess, in memes that we have, that somebody as a people have to kind of take responsibility for, is that we, if in the center of this thing, I have the ability to create a meme, and I do it.
Which founding father was it that said, if you create a group making fun of dumb people, you will eventually find yourself surrounded by dumb people who think they're in good company. Like,
you have to be.
Is that Franklin?
I want to say it was Franklin. Or Jefferson
hey,
or something.
YouTube, guess what? You got work to do.
Great, now we can get a comment section that isn't about religion.
Ah!
Jinxing it!
No, believe me. And I'm going to
Egyptian thing right earlier.
I'm gonna like blanket statement to my brother. I still have to figure out the way to discuss the pagan religion as it pertains to the Norse faith. And I have not figured that out yet. And I eventually will.
Pagan was just like non-Christian back in Roman times.
Well, there's delineations of paganism.
Like Wiccan and...
We're about to get into crazy details. No, nope.
You did it.
So what were you saying about trying to do the Norse?
I plan on asking you all the questions that I can come up with, and at current I've only come up with the ones that I have and I've asked you. If I can go back to those questions and remember what they were, that'd be fantastic.
We need to hire somebody with cue cards that stands right there. It's gonna be great.
Get a teleprompter going here. Like this is feed dump.
We just need poster board, big old markers,
You know, there's a tablet for a reason. Or we can all talk to each other and look up
No,
notes.
that's the easy way. We have to do this hard way.
We're doing this in the
Then I recommend a chalkboard.
dry
It would be
erase.
harder.
Uh,
Ooh, we get a canvas, a goat skin canvas, and we use the blood of our enemies. Hard mode. It's hard mode.
but blood is
Viking mode.
really difficult to clean up.
Piss then.
No.
Water? Just water.
Actually, have you seen those little Buddha boards where you can actually write in water and it stays on the board, then when it dries, it goes away?
I had not heard of this.
Yeah, they're actually really cool. It's a good way to practice.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see. This is kind of taking off of your thing here. I don't know if the internet has, the rest of my YouTube viewership has seen this, but there was a attachment for your exhaust pipe that would collect all the carbon.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that turns it into ink.
Yeah, I
and
saw
you
that.
can turn it into ink. I want to see that, mass market for everybody, and when you get home, you can make various colors.
That would be kind of cool.
That'd be amazing.
That would be.
Because then I would not have to worry about ever
For some reason, I
purchasing
can only
art stuff
picture.
because I'd just go drive around for a while.
I can still.
Yeah.
For some reason, all I can see is some rich kid being like, "Yeah, my Ferrari makes red ink." Yeah, isn't that cool? You suck. And everybody else is doing black ink because that makes sense, and he's just like, "Yeah, I put a special thing in my engine, now I get red ink." And you're like, "How much did you pay for it?" $3 million. And you're like, "You have fun. You do you, little guy. You just." I hope it fulfills you.
Yeah.
And just walk away. So how do you feel about Peep being named like a white supremacist icon?
Okay, wait. Who?
Pepe. Sorry.
Peep?
It's spelled like meme. I don't know why.
Well,
No,
I know it's French.
Pepe the Frog.
Well,
is-
also, Peep would be P-E-E-P, like the candy. It's got one E.
It's literally.
It's got one E, so
But you don't say
it's
meme.
just short
You say
E sound.
meme.
Well, again, this is the internet.
This is also the English language.
The English language
The
is
English
such
language.
is
It's
so.
technically French because Pepe is French.
But we're still going Viking with this. Just fuck it. Let's do this.
Fuck it!
Pillage.
Yeah.
The English
so-
language will pillage your brain
So
every
the
time.
ACLU decided to name Pepe because of its use on Poll and 4chan, and basically it being constantly used by online harassment groups as an icon for those types of online harassment people. And some people were like, you can't just name a meme as, racist, basically.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And I'm kind of like, is it though? I don't want to say that, obviously if you use Pepe, you're definitely racist.
Yeah, you're-
but,
you're
if
an
enough
Nazi.
people who are definitely racist are using a thing as their own symbol, doesn't that mean, kind of like when people say, oh, I'm taking it back? Can't bad people take it back?
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of like the Nazi symbol, where originally it was a
Good luck in
yeah,
Hindu.
It was a
They
good
took a lot
luck.
from Hindu.
Yeah, it was a Tibetan good luck. Yeah.
symbol.
And
And
then
now
they
it's literally the
twisted
symbol
it.
of anti-Semitism because of
Yeah.
Hitler. Yeah. So how can bad groups take back or just take icons like memes or appropriate memes to the point where it can be associated with nothing else?
I would say that
And
that
at what
her
point
that her
does
example
it-
of the Tibetan good luck charm, the swastika, going from what it was to what it is now, is the epitome of that. And again, because we all live in the internet age, these things can happen all the time.
Well, it's also kind of like whenever you see a bald eagle that's on a meme, it practically represents the United States.
Oh yeah, everybody's
You
like
see
America.
Yeah, a maple
It's either
leaf.
that or it's the political comment of a fat person on one of those Or electric chairs.
God, I
I've
fucking
never
hate
seen
those.
that.
Those are usually a little more spiteful.
But I've mainly...
Whereas the bald eagle, I think, gets used whenever Americans talk about themselves.
No, the bald eagle on the background of the American flag.
Yeah.
Like, bald
Well,
eagle,
screeching freedom.
American eagle. Just no, the eagle staring straight on.
Yeah.
That's American. It's like that is somebody trying to just America.
That's like Bioshock Infinite America.
Yeah.
I mean, but most people now though, like if they see that, they kind of connect that to meaning America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or America, however they.
And you can appropriate just about anything on the internet.
So, but
Yes.
it's kind of like, you know, the maple leaf being Canadian, or, you know, the thing that I don't do
Oh,
accents, so, you know, and today's being really nice.
Good weather, eh?
Great weather, eh?
Yeah.
And
It's lovely clouds, eh?
So,
Some
yeah,
maple syrup, eh?
and I have to say, it's still one of my favorite comedic troops. They're from Canada.
Yeah.
I love Loading Ready Run. Love them to death. I want to send them. I have a hat in mind that I want to send them, and I don't know which one of them would wear it, because it is a flat brim cap, kind of like this one, except it's got the Hatchet Man from the Insane Clown Posse with nothing but pot leaves.
Okay.
Like hundreds all over the brim, all over the hat itself is nothing but like pot leaves. And I'm like, I want to send that to them for two reasons. Number one, they are, while some of them may not smoke marijuana, they're definitely weed enthusiasts.
Yeah.
And number two, they talk occasionally about juggalos. And giving them an excuse to do that is gonna be funny, I'm sure. Because as scary as it is to admit this, I do rather self-identify as a bit of a juggalo.
Divorce.
I said a bit.
Is it?
I meet so many of them that they end up being, you know, white trash douchebag assholes. It's so very few and far between when you don't, that I can't say that
You can't give it a label.
Yeah, I can't fully give it on. And I actually at one point bought a patch that said Juggalo, and I had put it on my hat.
Yeah.
With all of the other patches that I'd had. But
Kind of like how I've been raised in the Deep South for a very long time, but like I'm not quite willing to accept the Southern label.
and here's another thing. When I tell a lot of people that I'm from,
Well, technically we're in Florida. We were in Florida.
That is the South.
No.
that is
Geographically
that's
speaking.
Florida.
Geographically speaking, however, as you know, in Florida, the further south you go, the more north you get. We were in Central Florida, which is quite a little bit above the Dixie, the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah.
So technically, we're not from deep south. If we were from Alabama,
Oh, you tell
Alabama,
that to my
Georgia,
high school.
Arkansas.
okay, your
My
high
high
school is the exception.
My high school had gang colors. It was camo and black skin. That was it.
But that's your high school. I'm saying though, like, you were not deep south. You don't have the southern accent.
You tell that to the swamp. They will fight you.
No, I gotta say
wish
this.
they were deep south, honey.
I gotta say that
They are not from Alabama.
That's
They're not
true.
from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
They're
is-
from Central Florida.
They're from Central
And
Florida.
they believe that that is the Deep South.
No, they're wrong because no.
Oh my God, you look at the camera. You look at the camera and tell them. You look at the camera and tell them.
Central Florida is not the deep south. I promise you.
Fight me.
I promise you.
Okay, but don't look at me, look at the camera.
Central Florida is not the deep south. It's Central Florida.
Comment section, go!
Just like
go!
Miami
Go, comment section,
is not
go!
the deep south. Miami, as
Help me beat my-
That's gonna
That's
gonna comment.
yeah, that's
That's,
gonna-
besides, I hate you more often.
I did not marry a domestic abuser. You stop that.
Hey guys, I think that just torched that argument.